Just another reminder, if you had a breed or reserve breed champion this afternoon, you received or should have received a bio sheet. If you will, please make sure you fill that out. And if you have a quick second, either run it up here before the Supreme Drive or bring it with you. We'd certainly like to recognize and introduce all of our breed and reserve breed champions as they are evaluated for our Supreme Overall U this evening. Also, we'd like to remind all of our two-tooth white Dorper U's to be heading this way. Two-tooth white Dorper U's, come to the Make Ready pen. Those of y'all around the ring, let's put our hands together and pay off this set of exhibitors here. Again, like we've talked about, the Dorpers earlier, the white Dorpers, extremely competitive, high-quality set of sheep, and keeps getting better and better every year. So congratulations to all of the exhibitors for bringing their nice set out this year. If y'all will, go ahead and please put your hands together and pay off these exhibitors after making their sort here. Again, congratulations on making it this far in an extremely deep and competitive large class. Two-tooth white Dorper ewe lambs. Two-tooth white Dorper ewe lambs. If you're not here, make your way up here. Two-tooth white Dorper ewe lambs. Still missing one two-tooth white Dorper ewes. One two-tooth white Dorper ewe. Please make your way to the make ready pen if you're not here.
Maybe since we started there about 3 o'clock today, has not one hit the ring that I was more excited to get my hands on in terms of the shape that she carries down her top, the amount of muscle that she's got. You just, when she hits the ring, she just looks like an athlete, and then you get your hands on her and she's busted open with a big rack. She's got a big, wide, full loin and steps down from behind as square and as true with as much shape as you could ask for one to have. Sure, her critics are going to say that maybe she needs to be a little stouter at the ground, and I'll agree in terms of her overall bone and footwork. And those are both advantages there to 2 and 3, and especially when you get over the top of 2 and see the amount of shape and muscle that she's got at the same time. When I get behind 2 and watch her track away from me, she gets a little outside of her skeleton in terms of her overall makeup, but at the same time, she's a busted open individual with a big cage, lots of production, good maternal swoop to the bottom part of her body, and enough femininity up through her front end to go ahead and compete for the top of this class. The one that comes in 3 stays a little bit more awkward in her top line and probably is the least comfortable off of her hind 2 feet when she does go in motion. At the same time, she's the stoutest at the ground in terms of her bone and her footwork, and I really appreciate the way her head sits on top of her shoulder, or sits on top of her neck there, the transitions down into her shoulder, down her spine. I think that's a neat one there whenever we ask her to go in motion. A really dynamic one does come in 4 in terms of her overall outline. She's level top. She's good down her top. There's a soggier version of her out here in terms of her midsection. She's a little, she doesn't strike me as the one that's the most athletic in her appearance. She is a little bit heavier condition and a little softer to the touch. And that's to her detriment compared to these 3 that sit above her in this particular class, and round out these top 5 with one that's just too green in her overall makeup. She is busted open in her center part of her body and good on her feet and legs. We did it on the top side of her, and especially as she transitions from her loin into her hip and out of her tailhead. She's not as mature there as we ask her to go. Nice class here to get us started in our white doper drive. Really nice one up here at top.
Results of our white Dorper ewe lamb class. 8th place is Addison Hohenberger from Blanco County 4-H. Seventh place went to Heston Hohenberger from Blanco County 4-H. 6th place was Addie Holtzclaw from Burnett FFA. 5th was Mackenzie Allen from Iran FFA. 4th was Taylor Dunn from Miles County 4-H. 3rd place went to Quinn Stolarczyk from Kendall County 4-H. 2nd was Mackenzie Allen from Iran FFA. And your class winner was Taylor Dunn from Miles County 4-H. We now have your 2-tooth white Dorper ewes in the ring. We need our aged white Dorpers, aged white Dorper ewes. Aged white Dorper ewes, aged white Dorper ewes to the make-ready pen. If you would, let's put our hands together and congratulate these young folks as they're exiting the ring. Again, as we've talked about off and on all night long, extremely high quality set of sheep and all of our breeds, and the White Dorpers are no different. Congratulations to all of y'all. Still looking for one entry for our aged White Dorper U. Aged White Dorper U. Still looking for one entry. If you've got an aged White Dorper U and you're not at the make ready pen, be heading this way now.
Definitely contrasting types and contrasting types at the top of this class. Certainly not in quality, though. The young lady has a large outlined individual that's level in her top line. When you ask her to go in motion, that's actually her best view in terms of how she handles her shoulder up front, how she maintains that levelness down her top. She goes with squareness from out of her hip into the ground, and a really, really nice silhouette as she moves around. The 1 and 2 at the same time, that is one stout-made individual that is big, big in her rear end, goes to the ground really square and nice from behind. She at the same time is one that offers us lots of shape and dimension. Center part of her body is one of the best things that you've got to see about her in terms of her overall cage, her rib cage, the maternal swoop that she carries to her underside, and at the same time she's a little smaller in her kind, she's a little heavier in her breastplate. I don't think she has the length or femininity up to her front end that we see in our class winner, but two contrasting sheep there that are very good in their own right. Visited with the young man there in third. In terms of her overall build, she's the narrowest based at the bottom, and when we talk about coming and going, at the same time, she wants to be the one that's the easiest in her top line of the top three. In terms of her overall build and look, you can see it. She's really neat up through her shoulder. Her head sits on top of her neck where it should. Out through her hip is very dynamic in terms of her overall eye appeal. At the same time, she doesn't come with as much mass as the two above her in this particular class to compete any higher. The 1 and 4th is very dynamic in her loin shape. She's big in her loin. She's wide and full. Transitions to the ground with lots of shape. She doesn't maintain that levelness behind her shoulders when we ask her to go in motion. And round out this particular class with one that's really burly and massive about her body and center cage. She just needs more length and femininity up to her front end. Nice class here to get us started here in our white Dorpers. One more to round us out.
Results of our two-tooth white Dorper U class, or Lamb class. Excuse me here. If I can count. Been a long day, as I know y'all know. Bodie Helmacek from Mason County 4-H is in 6th. In 5th place, we had Addison Hohenberger from Blanco County 4-H. 4th place goes to Quinn Stolarczyk from Kendall County 4-H. 3rd place was another entry from Bodie Helmacek from Mason County 4-H. 2nd goes to Hudson Hortz from Early FFA, and our class winner was Braxton Helmacek from Mason County 4-H. We now have our aged white Dorper ewes entering the ring. Aged white Dorper ewes entering the ring. We'll need all of our first and second white Dorpers back for our champion drive here momentarily. Need all of our white Dorper first and second place class winners back to the Make Ready pen for the champion drive. All the white Dorper first and seconds back to the Make Ready pen, please, for the champion drive. Also a reminder, if you've not brought your bio sheet, if you had a breeder reserve breed champion today, please make sure and remember to fill that out and bring it back with you as you come up to the Supreme Drive. Or if you got a quick second and want to run up here too and get it off your plate, that'll be fine as well too. We'll take those at any time. If you would, please, let's put our hands together and congratulate these young folks as they're exiting the ring.
Challenging class to put together. Certainly the one I like the most in her overall eye appeal, and we've got her set, is the 1-in-1 in terms of the levelness of her design, her outline that she gives you, the neat look up through her shoulder, the femininity that she offers you, and at the same time she's chocked full of muscle from one end to the end, from one end to the other. The 1-in-2 has got a little bit more lift up through her front end. She's a little bit more feminine about her neck set as it hits her body. Her overall length of body is disproportionate in terms of when we ask her to go in motion. She's so deep to her side. She's got such a maternal swoop. She's real boxy in her appearance out here, and at times you maybe want to look at her and think she wished that she was a little longer bodied. The main thing is when we ask her to go in motion, I want her to be a little leveler in her top line all the way through her tailhead, but a really, really nice female there to fit into second. The one that I gives me the most trouble does come in 3 because in terms of her build from her last rib back, the width of her loin, the big square hip, goes to the ground square, boy, those things are dynamic and I like them. As we move there forward for an aged female in the White Dorper breed, she could be a little taller at the points of her shoulder. I wish she was a little longer and more extended, a notch more feminine up through her front end. But she's dynamic in her center body. She's good. She's heavy bred. She's a productive female out here. Really, really a nice one there. And to round this out, this particular class doesn't take anything away for a neat front-end one that's got some shoulder, some width through her chest floor, a nice production-oriented female that's good out through her hip. Good way to end us here in a challenging class. Let's get ready for a White Dorper drive.
Results of our aged White Dorper U class. In 4th place, we had Hannah Hewitt from Kaufman County 4-H. 3rd was Quinn Stolarczyk from Kendall County 4-H. 2nd was Braxton Helmachek from Mason County 4-H. And your class winner was Paisley Lord from Brown County 4-H. We're now ready for our champion and reserve champion White Dorper drive. As our exhibitors enter the ring, we introduce y'all to them right quick. Out of our ULAM class, we had Taylor Dunn from Miles County 4-H. And our 2nd place out of the ULAM class was Mackenzie Allen from Iran FFA. Our 2-tooth class winner was brought to us by Braxton Helmachek from Mason County 4-H. 2nd in the 2-tooth class was Hudson Hortz from Early FFA. Your aged White Dorper U class winner was brought to us by Paisley Lord from Brown County 4-H. And your 2nd out of the aged U class was Braxton Helmachek from Mason County 4-H.
Really enjoyed this White Dorper drive. Fantastic females out here that have some muscle and some production combined into a neat package. Really eye-appealing females. I'll go shake the hand of the champion in reserve.
We're still looking for the reserve hamp. If you will please be making your way up here. We need your bio as well too. If you had a breed or reserve breed champion, if you're not already up here, please make your way up here for the Supreme Drive. So all the breed and reserve breeds, please be making your way up here. And reserve hamp, if you will, bring your bio with you as you come as well too, please. Again, need all of our breed and reserve breed champions back to the make ready pen. I know several of you are starting to ease your way up here. Need all of our breed and reserve breed champions back to the make ready pen, please. We need the champion Suffolk. Champion Suffolk, please be making your way up to the make ready pen. Champion Suffolk, please be making your way to the make ready pen. Never mind, here she is. while we're getting some final last minute organization put together here, just kind of give you a little rundown on what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and recognize all of our champions and reserve champions, present them with some scholarships and hardware if they're eligible for scholarships, and then we will move into our Supreme Champion Drive following that here in just a few minutes as well. At this time, before we start our recognition, we're going to have Miss Audra Schultz bring us our comments from the exec committee here and kind of recognize all the efforts they do. So these are the folks that put together all the money, help put together all the money for your kiddos. They work hard behind the scenes and tirelessly behind the scenes here. So if you would, for all the folks out here, let's put our hands together and thank them for what they do for our kiddos.
Thank you. Welcome to the 76th Annual San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. My name is Audra Schultz, and I'm a proud volunteer of the Breeding Sheep and Goat Committee. Thank you all for being here. We'd like to congratulate all of our exhibitors for their efforts and achievements, and we also want to thank the parents, family members, educators, advisors who give so much of their time and support to these young people. Our mission at SAIL is a volunteer organization that emphasizes agriculture and education to develop the youth of Texas. Because of the dedication and efforts of over 6,000 volunteers, the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo is able to provide financial support to Texas youth. To date, the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo's educational commitment totals more than $267 million. More than 19,000 students are impacted annually to further their educational and agricultural goals. I'd like to thank all of the volunteers that serve on our committee. It's a small committee. We work really hard. A lot of the people that are out here tonight have been here the entire day because we don't have a lot of extras. So I'd like to thank them very much. They're back here in the back. They're also out there still in the parking lot. Some of them have had to go home, but everybody's been here since early this morning. I'd like to thank the sales staff for all the work that they put in behind the scenes over there in the office. And I'd like to thank our superintendents for all the extra work that they do. These are a great group of guys to work with. And also congratulations to all of the exhibitors on all the hard work and dedication that they put into this.
Y'all ready? Yeah. Thank you, Audra. At this time, we're going to recognize our champions and present them with some hardware and some goodies. So, excuse me. Our champion Southdown was brought to us by Miss Morgan Hernandez from Hayes County 4-H. Morgan's parents are Anthony and Sonia Hernandez. She enjoys showing sheep and goats and livestock judging, and she wants to attend Texas A&M to be a large animal veterinarian. Our champion Suffolk was Miss Harper White from Johnson City FFA. Her parents are Casey and Brooke White. Harper enjoys showing sheep, cheerleading, running track, and being very social. She would like to attend Texas A&M to become a veterinarian. Our champion Hampshire was Miss Mackenzie Evans from Burnett County 4-H. Her parents are Brandon and Julie Evans. Mackenzie enjoys shopping, showing sheep and goats, wool and livestock judging, and her future plans is a little undecided between OSU, and her mom wanted to make sure that I knew that was Oklahoma State University and or Texas A&M. So congratulations, Mackenzie. Our champion Ramblay was Miss Avery Walton from Eastland FFA. Avery's parents are Dusty and Alexis Walton, and Avery enjoys showing lambs, goats, meeting new folks along the way. And her plans are to attend Blinn for 2 years and then on to Texas A&M after that. All right, our champion Dorper was brought to us by Miss Brinley Halamachek from Mason County 4-H. Her parents are Caden Kaylee Nobles and Bobby Halamachek. She enjoys anything 4-H related, showing and tennis, and her future plans include attending Texas Tech and judging on their meets judging team. Our champion White Dorper was brought to us by Paisley Lord from Brown County 4-H. Her parents are Whitney Stewart, and Paisley enjoys livestock judging, hunting, and taxidermy. Hey, we got a new contest for you. You need to check out if you didn't this year here at San Antonio Stock Show. Her future plans include going to Texas A&M, and she wants to be a game warden when she grows up. Moving on to our, Cash, here's a really good wall and a terrible window. On to our reserve breeds. Our reserve champion South Down was brought to us by Addison Deer from Ponder FFA. Her parents are Lily Harrington and Terry Deer. She enjoys art and showing sheep. She wants to go to Tarleton State University and become an embryologist when she grows up. Our reserve champion Suffolk came to us from Hudson Horwitz from early FFA. Her parents are Laurie and Harlan Horwitz, and she enjoys showing sheep and hanging out with her friends and the family. She hopes to attend Oklahoma State University and become a pharmaceutical veterinarian in their future. Our reserve champion Hampshire is Mr. Hudson Franklin from Lubbock County 4-H. His parents are Wade and Clayton Franklin. He enjoys football, basketball, and showing lambs. A little undecided on his college plans here, but wants to pursue a career that gives him the opportunity to get back to the agricultural industry. Reserve champion Ramblay is brought to us by Johan Grotegut from Deaf Smith County. His parents are Judith and Chris Grotegut, and he enjoys advocating for livestock and water and working with livestock. He hopes to attend Texas A&M University. Our reserve champion Dorper, is brought to us by Hudson Moore. Hudson's parents is Miss Lindsay Moore, and he enjoys showing, riding cutting horses, and fishing. He hopes to attend Texas Tech and become an equine veterinarian. Our reserve champion White Dorper was brought to us by Braxton Halamachek from Mason County 4-H. Braxton's parents are Caden Kaylee Nobles and Bobby Halamachek. She enjoys cooking, showing, arts and crafts, and wants to open her own bakery when she grows up. I will come buy some cakes and cookies. You let me know where it's at. I'm a fat kid from way back. Let's put our hands together for all of our breed and reserve breed champions. They're getting back there to their sheep. We're about to have us an overall supreme drive and get you a overall supreme reserve supreme breeding sheep. Here's a very few minutes. While our judge is working through the Supreme Drive, I'd like to take a moment and reintroduce Mr. Charles Seidensticker from Comfort, Texas. He's been working with our young folks all afternoon, and we really appreciate him taking the time to come back out again this year. We had him out last year evaluating our young folks stock, and got him to come back again this year as well. Charles works for Linder Feed. He's a proud graduate of Angelo State University. On the side there, his second full-time job. He raises some sheep and goats there on his family ranch, the Bar 5 Riverbend Farm and Ranch. High-quality livestock, and really appreciate him coming back out this evening and sorting through our young folk and their stock this afternoon. If you would, let's put our hands together and give him a big round of applause. It's been a long afternoon, and he's done a tremendous job.
Once again, thank you to San Antonio for having me out today to evaluate the Junior Breeding Sheep Show. It's quite humbling to think that it's been, I guess, 15 years since 2011 when I got to sort this show for the last time. And to be back in this ring and the quality of the animals, certainly something that I look forward to. Every breed, in terms of their makeup, was something that was of a challenge to find the ones that we wanted at the top. There were so many good ones. We bring them out here as they represent every breed. I'm going to go select your champion and reserve within the divisions, and I'm going to go shake the hand of the champion, and then we'll get you a reserve. once again, thank you to San Antonio, the organization, the volunteers, everyone that puts this together. The amount of money that they gave away today is staggering, and that's all from a volunteer organization. And so let's put our hands together for San Antonio one more time, the amount of money that they offer these children.
Results of our overall Supreme. Overall Supreme U goes to Mackenzie Evans with her Hampshire from Burnett County 4-H, and her Reserve Supreme, also from the Hampshire Division, went to Hudson Franklin from Lubbock County 4-H.